Thanks for staying with us and welcome back to our special features. Joining us on the show is the chairman of the Stephen Akintayo Foundation, Dr. Stephen Akintayo himself. He'll be launching I think it's the SACI or the Stephen Akintayo Consulting Holdings, a new investment platform focused on artificial intelligence and private equity across the US and Africa. At the event, he'll also be unveiling 5 new books on artificial intelligence, each offering practical strategies tailored for pastors, entrepreneurs, and innovators worldwide. Dr. Akintayo, welcome to the show, sir. Are you there?
I am here. How are you today?
Good to have you. So tell us about this business growth conference happening in Houston, Texas, and what should attendees expect to get from this conference?
Okay, thank you for having me. It's good to be here again. We started this conference this year called the Business Growth Conference because we realized the level of challenges that entrepreneurs face. Back in Africa, we have a huge unemployment rate, but a very huge young population wasting away because we are not able to provide jobs for them. Okay, and so we looked at businesses. Why are businesses not thriving enough to be able to create jobs? We realize that there are so many challenges, bottlenecks, and there's lack of intentional mentorship. You look at here in America, for example, virtually every successful entrepreneur has a book. Every successful entrepreneur has a paid conference, training, workshop. Back in Africa, we don't do that. So we started, and then we did the one for London. It was a huge success because we also realized those in diaspora also, when the Indians want to go abroad, they're thinking of starting a business. When Nigerians want to go abroad, they're thinking of getting a job. And the Western world is a capitalist society, right? So you are the system is built to support entrepreneurs and investors. And that's why for me as a business owner, I declare what I want to pay in tax. But you as an employee, your tax is deducted from source. So we then realize that our people also in diaspora are not starting businesses. They are not building businesses, or they are not even able to scale. So we decided to start bringing successful people here in diaspora, as well as those back from home, like Dr. Cosmos will be sharing his story of growing the Coscharis group from less than $400 to multi-billion-dollar in transaction every year company.
Okay.
And it just promises to be great.
All right.
Okay. GTX Holding has been a significant player in the real estate sector. So what was the catalyst for the new company's strategic direction to create a more diversified conglomerate?
Beautiful. So real estate is just the base, right? Every economic activity requires real estate, right? You need the land. If you're going to build hospitals, if you're going to build hotels, if you're going to build anything, you need land. So for us, the foundation was real estate, but it was way more than that. We want to build schools, we want to build malls, we want to build cinemas, we want to do retail. However, we also realize that the world is, to start those companies all over again. I mean, I've done that for the last 17 years. It's not easy to start a business from scratch. So the new direction is SACI Holdings is a private equity firm that is able to buy existing companies, right, and infuse them into already what we're doing in other areas. So I'll give you an example. Let's say we invest in an hotel chain, okay, that is based in the UK or in the US. We're able to bring that hotel chain to Nigeria. We already have lands in different locations in Nigeria, and we just, start that franchise there. But they already have a structure, they already have a brand, they already have, marketing strategy, and that's what we're looking at. But we also realize that with AI, when it comes to productivity, is speed on steroids. And so we are able to leverage on buying companies that we then infuse AI to take it to the next level. And that's why my 5 new AI book, and it's all free, and people are able to download them for free from anywhere in the world.
Your books target diverse audiences from entrepreneurs to religious leaders. What motivated you to write a book like AI for Pastors, and how do you see AI transforming the church and evangelism?
Yeah, thank you for that question. So I realized, for example, social media, when social media was started, many religious institutions, even Islam, social media, they're just wasting their time. You see religious leaders preaching that being on social media, you're wasting your time. So what did happen then was that we're not having enough content that helped to shape our morale. By the time religious institutions were coming to social media, they were already the victim of the platform, right? And so the same thing with AI. If we don't have religious institutions and even cultural institutions, today is the Shisha Day, right? How do cultural institutions begin to infuse the right narrative in AI? And else, you will see AI can tell you there is no God one day. You just ask ChatGPT, is there God? You can start debating it. But if you are fast in moving there, you influence how AI evolves, because it's still new. It's an open race for everyone to have a grip on AI. But it's also for entrepreneurs. So we targeted people in Europe, people in America, people in Africa. How do you use AI to transform your business? How do you scale? Because many of the jobs that exist today will no longer exist in the next 5 years. And it's not trying to spell doom. Right now, most of us prefer, robots to operate on us than a physical human being. Yep. Because there is human error. Most of these robotics powered by AI are more precise in their surgical operations, and they're able to do research and get data when they are making decisions. And the same will begin to infuse into other aspects. Now, will AI take your job? The answer is yes and no. AI will take the job of those who don't use AI to do their job. So everyone has to begin to, same thing, AI will take the business of those who don't use AI to, effectively deliver. Yeah.
Okay, so from one of your book, Unlock the AI Gold Mine, promises a path earning over $200,000 per month. What is one practical, actionable tip from the book that our viewers can use right away?
So I will just give you an example. You can set up an AI agent right now. And people, by the way, the QR code is on the screen. You can scan the QR code and get the book. Is free. So you download it for free. Now you can set up an AI agent as a lawyer that you upload all the, let's say you are trying to do maybe an AI agent for the world, right? You can upload Nigerian constitution, all the African constitution. You can upload, European constitution. You can upload American constitution to that AI agent, and is able to give people legal advice that you as a human being cannot give, right? And begin to, in a way, say if you then want further consultations, right? If you then want us to help you draft a proposal, draft a contract, maybe you pay an extra $20 or $50 and gradually monitor. And this will work for you. It doesn't go on break. Anybody can download your AI agent or access your AI agent and is able to help them solving legal issues from anywhere in the world. And you can literally do that even with ChatGPT without being a coder. You don't need to say, but I'm not a tech person. You don't need to be a coder to set up an AI agent, for law, for example. So these are some of the businesses we shared in the book to say this in different sectors. You can literally set up agents, you can learn prompt engineering, and you don't need to be a coder, you don't need to be a techie to begin this new world order. And we have that transition phase of the next 2 to 5 years. And if we, particularly those of us who are from African origin, don't take a leap of faith, adopt it on time, influence it, and be ahead of the curve, we may end up being the one just, feeling the effects of the fact that the world has changed. Yeah.
So beyond your strategic course, how do you see GTEx Holdings continue to innovate and remain a leader in the original real estate sector?
Beautiful. I think the diversification is critical because, like I said, real estate is just the base. You buy land, then you can build a school or a home, hospital, or any other thing, right? So we are moving to the next phase for us as a company globally, where at this point, how do we then evolve into real, tangible economic activities on the real estate we've acquired over the years all over the world? And how do we innovate in that sector? How do we make sure we're not just building your regular infrastructure? I wouldn't be surprised if we will be one of the first companies to start using robots to build houses. I won't be surprised. I'm not saying we will, but I won't be surprised. But we are trying to evolve as a brand. All those who work with us all over the world have been told they have few months to master AI and begin to leverage on AI to do their existing job.
Okay, let's talk about the Business Growth Conference. This is a conference that aims to provide a platform for networking and learning. In your experience, what is the most valuable aspect of these types of events for business leaders and entrepreneurs?
One, it gives you opportunity to network. Your network determines your net worth. And you can't scale your business above the quality of relationship you keep, the quality of partners you have. In events like this, you meet quality people at the event. It's taking place in Houston, JW Marriott, by the Galleria this Saturday and Sunday, with registration start 8 a.m. And people can go to the website to register. We're bringing business leaders based here in the US as well. I've been living here in the US for the last 2 years now. Most people don't know, I've not lived in Nigeria for the last 5 years. But I come home regularly because we believe in our nation. We believe in, influencing change in our country. But as a person in diaspora, entrepreneurship is the solution. But being in the room with other entrepreneurs who are extremely successful, sharing their story, encouraging you, giving you tips on funding, giving you tips on marketing, giving you management strategies to scale, is something that we cannot overemphasize. And I look forward to meeting as many, and it's open to everyone, even if you're not from Nigeria. It's open to everyone to be part of it, and we're going to be having a great time this Saturday and Sunday here in Houston.
Amazing. So looking ahead, how do you plan to leverage your new focus on AI to further the mission of SACI Holdings and empower a new generation of entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so one of the goals we are having is, if we invest in a business, we buy a new company, for example, maybe we bought 10% equity or 20%, doesn't matter. How do we then use AI to increase productivity so that all shareholders can get value for money? How do we change the management if they are not the right management in that company? So these are some of the things we are hoping SACI. I mean, I've had over 20-something years in business, 17 years as a registered company, and I've seen ups and downs, challenges, lack of funds, lack of structure, and we've built something, and that wisdom can be translated into other businesses. We can help use a lot of what I've learned over the years to help change businesses that we're going to be investing into. It's a long-term project to start buying companies. Even for me, it's a new world of being a private equity person. I'm learning and evolving. That's part of why I went to Harvard University, and there's so much I've learned. I'm still learning. But knowledge is not a destination, it's a journey. But we're excited about the new phase.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Wishing you all the best this Saturday at the conference. We've been speaking with Dr. Stephen Akintayo, who's the chairman of Stephen Akintayo Foundation, and is launching a new company, SACI or SACI. SACI Holdings.
Holdings.
SACI Holdings.
SACI
SACI Holdings. Wishing you all the best, Ms. Dr. Akintayo.
Thank you.
All right, let's go on a very short